Andreja's twin sister? Where? Oh, it's recording. Hello everyone and welcome back to Starfield Ship Review. Today, Narwhal. Yeah, this ship is rare if you don't know where to find it, but no worries, we'll cover this as well. Is it a good ship? Sure. Is it an amazing ship? Well, in some respects. For starters, it has a nice reactor giving 36 power, but the equipment power is 45. It has some very nice weapons, and some so-so. Did you get why it's called Narwhal? It's the white Nova weapon mount in front, and it's colored bluish sea colors. Looking at max speed of 140, it's nice. But its maneuverability is a meager 58. Bummer. Let's do the walkthrough. Starting at the bottom layer, we approach a Teo Shipbed 200 landing bay. Opening the door, we enter a Teo science lab. This is the only other module on the bottom layer. As usual, this module has a pharmaceutical lab and a research lab. As you will see, the structure of the upper levels is kind of odd. Obviously, sacrifices were made to make this ship look the way it does. Let's go up to the mid-layer of the ship. Climbing the ladder, we reach a Teo all-in-one. It has 2 bunk beds and a door leading to a Teo infirmary. I think the door removed the pharmaceutical lab from here, but beyond the 2 treatment beds we can find another research lab and a ladder to a module on the top layer which cannot be reached by any other way. Climbing up, we reach a Teo workshop, complete with a weapons workbench, an industrial workbench, and a spacesuit workbench. Back here is the ladder to the Teo Extender Port 200 docker. Let's head back down. Hey Sarah.
I'm listening.
Just checking. Back to the infirmary on the mid-layer, then left into the all-in-one, walking forward, then right through the door to the Teo living quarters. The living quarters are spacious, but it looks like the ladder removed the exercise bench. Again, this ladder leads to a module on the top layer that cannot be reached by any other way. At least we can punch our frustrations away. Climbing the ladder, we reach the captain's quarters. The Teo captain's quarters have a nice bed, a resting area with a private bathroom, shower, and his own coffee machine. Back here is a desk for any administrative work needed. Heading back down to the living quarters, we turn left through the door into the all-in-one, then right towards the front of the ship, and we enter a Teo computer core. This ladder leads to the top layer, but we'll get to it. Back here is a door leading to a Teo storeroom. Nothing exciting, of course. Let's climb to the top layer. Climbing the ladder, we reach a Teo control station. Really, not much to see here. Vasco is stuck in the floor here, but we'll just ignore that. Passing around him, we enter the Shogun cockpit and sit down to fly the ship. Alright, time for the detailed breakdown. As usual, we start by looking at the engines. 2 Nova 1000 and 2 Nova 1020 engines provide thrust. The Nova 1000 is probably the worst B-class engine in the game. There are actually 9 A-class engines that give more thrust. The Nova 1020 are also pretty low on my list. The reactor is a Xiang Pinch 8A providing 36 power. It has a health of 122 and a repair rate of 5.75. This leads to a 21.2 seconds of repair time, which is a bit worse than other reactors. But it has a hull rating of 1950, which is more than 40% more than any other component. Let's move the engines and reactor aside and talk about the weapons. The missile launcher is a Shinigami Tsukisasu 40K missile launcher. Like all Tsukisasu launchers, it has a range of 4,250 meters, longest range of any weapon in the game. Using 4 power, the launcher delivers 1 missile per second for a damage of 86 to either shield or hull. The ship has 3 Light Scythe Blaze P 2 GW SX pulse laser turrets with a firing rate of 4 per second. Each turret can deliver 100 damage to shields or 32 damage to the hull per second. This weapon has the second longest range of any laser weapons, with only 2 weapons having longer range. Overall, a pretty good weapon, but each uses 4 power, which is a lot. On the Nova weapon mount in the front, we have 2 Horizon Defense Marauder 115N railguns. While the range is only 800, its hull damage of 59 and shield damage of 18 make it the third highest damage of any ballistic weapon in the game. Quite a scary railgun. The grav drive is a Relodyne J52 Gamma, which is the best grav drive in the game, giving 50 grav thrust for 11 power. This gives this ship a 30 light year single segment jump range, moving it away as well. Above the landing bay we find two Teo spines, and the shield generator is mounted on top of them. The Odin 3040C shield generator uses 9 power and generates 995 health. It's a pretty good C-class shield in the top 20% of shields. Let's move those aside. Here we can see the 4 Ballistic Solutions 400G fuel tanks providing 560 light years of range. And above the Teo workshop is the Teo Extender Port 200 Docker. Okay, let's start moving the top layer aside to reveal the bottom layer. We can see the Protectorate Systems Galleon S204 cargo hold, which provides 1480 kilograms of cargo space. And on the other side, the captain's quarters. Up front is the control station and the Shogun cockpit that adds 280 kilograms of cargo space for a ship-wide total of 1760 kilograms. On the mid-layer we see the infirmary, the cosmetic end caps, the all-in-one, and living quarters. Up front is the computer core and storeroom. On the bottom layer we have the Shipbed 200 landing bay and science lab. And of course the cosmetic braking engine and cowlings. Here we see the 6 Teo Pinpoint 4G landing gears, which provide 12 lander thrust. Alright, let's put it back together and talk about where to get this ship. In terms of requirements, you need to have piloting level 4 to be able to fly this ship, since it has a Class C reactor, of course. Regarding getting this ship, well, I don't know if it will spawn randomly. If you encountered one in space, please let me know in the comments. The other option is to buy one, and the person who will sell you this ship is... you guessed it, Andresia's twin sister. Yes, you can buy this ship from Teo's showroom in Ryujin Tower in Neon in the Volai system. The representative, Veronica Young, looks like a twin sister of Andresia, don't you think? Let me know what you think in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like button. As you know, the inventory is a bit random, but looks like this time I got lucky, and I can buy a Narwhal for about 400,000 credits. Come back for more Starfield content.